Hi everyone and welcome to Web is Step Tutorials. This is Ahmed Fakhr and this part is part 2 of PayPal payment integration series. If you remember, in part 1 we make a payment integration for this service. The part 2 will discuss how to make a refund for this payment. If we go to our database, you remember we save this transaction in our database. This is the transaction ID. The payment method was PayPal. Payer status is verified. The total payment was 14. Now, how to make a refund for this transaction? We have two payment refund, partial refund and full refund. Now let's see how we can make a refund. We go to PayPal class, if you remember, and we should ensure first we use these classes. We have a create payment with PayPal function and the index function to load the payment credit form. Now our refund has two functions. First function, load refund form. We create a new file in content, views, and put a new form, this form with two inputs. The first input is the refund amount, which is 100 as example. The second is the transaction ID or the sale ID. Transaction ID is the same as sale ID, no difference. And we put the sale ID or transaction ID here. We get it from the database. We tell PayPal that we want to make a refund for this transaction. We put it here and we send this form to refund payment function, the second function, refund payment. Now let's open the function to see how to make a refund with this function. First, we take the refund amount input into this variable. Second, take the sale ID. So we have two inputs to make a refund successfully: the refund amount, the sale ID or the transaction ID. After this, we should make two processes. The first process is to make a casting to this number, because PayPal accept string for the number. If you put it as float, an example, you will see an error. The second, to put it in round function. Why we do this? If you has a number like this, PayPal will not accept this float number. So you should make it two numbers like this. To make it as two numbers, we put it in round function with number 2. Now we create a new object of amount class, set the currency as $USD and set the total. Then pass this amount to the refund request. Create new object from sale class and set the sale ID or the transaction ID. Making a try and catch to try to make a refund sale. If it is success, it will refund the amount. Else, it will catch the error and print the result on the browser. Remember to remove this in your production. Now, let's make a test. Now the refund amount is 100. You remember the amount, the total is 14. And the transaction is the same. But why we put 100 in refund amount rather than 14 or less than 14? To make it correct for the partial refund or the full refund. Let's see why. Click refund now. Now we see this error, the response object. Let's read what is this message. The message is request was refused. The partial refund amount must be less than or equal to the remaining amount. So the reason is you put 100 and 100 is greater than the remaining amount, the total, which is 14. So let's make another try with 14. Go back. It is 14, okay? And make a refund now. Click refund now. Okay. It is successfully being refunded. Thank you for watching. See you next.